Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about a truth that most people overlook. Happiness isn't something that happens to you. It's something you create. Life will challenge you. Life will test you. There will be moments when it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, when pain, failure, and disappointment try to convince you that joy is impossible. But here's the secret. Happiness is not dependent on circumstances. It's dependent on the choices you make in the face of them. Every day, every moment, you have the power to push yourself to rise above what is comfortable, to rise above what is easy, and to claim your happiness as a deliberate act, even when the road is rough. It's in the struggle, in the friction of life, where your greatest strength is forged and where you discover that joy is not given, it's earned, it's cultivated, and it's yours the moment you decide that nothing, not pain, not fear, not setbacks, will steal it from you. Happiness is not a prize awarded to the fortunate few or a reward for living a perfect life. It is a decision, a commitment that you make each and every day. Far too often, people believe that happiness is dependent on external circumstances, on having the perfect job, the ideal relationship, financial security, or flawless health. But the truth is, if you wait for the world to align with your desires, you will wait forever. The reality is that life is unpredictable and challenges are inevitable. Yet the choice to be happy is always within your control. It begins with recognizing that your emotions are not dictated by what happens to you, but by how you respond to what happens. Every thought, every reaction, and every moment presents an opportunity to decide who you want to be and how you want to feel. When you fully embrace this truth, you understand that you are not a passive participant in your own life. You are the architect of your emotional experience, capable of steering your mind and heart toward joy, even in the midst of struggle. Choosing happiness does not mean ignoring difficulties or pretending that pain does not exist. It means acknowledging challenges while refusing to allow them to define your state of mind. It is about reclaiming your power from circumstances, refusing to be held hostage by negativity, and choosing to focus on what is possible rather than what is missing. When you adopt this mindset, life begins to shift. You start to notice moments of beauty, connection, and opportunity that were always there but previously overlooked because your attention was consumed by what was wrong or lacking. Happiness becomes a muscle, strengthened each time you make the conscious choice to embrace gratitude, to find meaning in adversity, and to celebrate progress rather than perfection. It is a daily practice, an intentional effort to redirect your thoughts, to question limiting beliefs, and to nurture the mindset that your joy is a product of your decisions rather than circumstances. The people who inspire, lead, and thrive are not those who have escaped struggle, but those who have learned to cultivate happiness from within, regardless of what life throws at them. By internalizing that happiness is a choice, you free yourself from the trap of waiting for external validation or ideal conditions, and you step into a life where fulfillment, peace, and joy are accessible in every moment. This choice demands courage, self-awareness, and consistent action, yet it is the foundation for resilience, strength, and the kind of lasting contentment that cannot be taken away. Life will test you. It will push you into moments of discomfort, moments that feel unfair, overwhelming, and impossible to endure, yet it is in these very moments that the greatest opportunity lies. The chance to transform pain into power. Every challenge, every setback, every heartbreak carries within it a hidden lesson, a spark that can ignite growth if you are willing to see it. Too often, people try to avoid pain, to escape discomfort, or to numb themselves against it, but the truth is that avoidance only prolongs suffering. True strength comes from leaning into the struggle, from refusing to be defeated by circumstances, and from learning to harness adversity as fuel for your progress. When life hits you hard, you have a choice. You can let it define you, or you can allow it to refine you. Pain, when approached with awareness and determination, becomes a teacher, showing you what you value, revealing where you have untapped potential, and exposing the areas of your life where growth is possible. It is not the absence of difficulty that makes a person resilient. It is the ability to confront challenges head-on and extract meaning from them that transforms ordinary individuals into extraordinary ones. Every moment of discomfort is an invitation to step into your power, to expand your capacity, and to prove to yourself that you are stronger than any obstacle. When you begin to see setbacks as opportunities, your perspective shifts. Failure is no longer a threat but a signal, a guidepost pointing you toward where effort, focus, and perseverance are required. The energy that might have been spent resisting, resenting, or fearing pain can instead be redirected into action, creativity, and problem solving. This is how people rise above circumstances that seem insurmountable. They do not wait for problems to disappear. They take control, channel their pain into motivation, and move forward with relentless determination. Over time, each difficulty you face and each challenge you overcome builds a foundation of inner strength and confidence that cannot be shaken by the external world. Life's hardships are inevitable, but the power to transform them into catalysts for growth is a choice, a mindset, and a skill that can be developed. The more you practice turning adversity into fuel, the more resilient, empowered, and capable you become, until eventually you realize that the very struggles you once feared are the ones that have propelled you to heights you never thought possible. When life feels overwhelming, when circumstances seem beyond your control, it's easy to feel powerless, to believe that your happiness, your success, or even your peace of mind is dictated by forces outside yourself. Yet the truth is that the most powerful tool you have is your ability to focus on what you can control. You cannot always choose the events that happen around you, but you can choose your response, your attitude, and the energy you bring to each situation. This understanding is a game changer because it shifts your focus from frustration and helplessness to action and empowerment. The moment you take ownership of your thoughts, emotions, and decisions, you reclaim your power, and with power comes possibility. People who thrive in the face of adversity do not wait for the world to align with their expectations. They act within their sphere of influence, taking deliberate steps toward progress and fulfillment. Focusing on what you can control means examining your internal state and your daily habits, because these are the things that shape the trajectory of your life far more than external circumstances ever will. It means cultivating a mindset that prioritizes solutions over complaints, gratitude over resentment, and proactive action over passive reaction. This doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending that challenges aren't difficult. It means refusing to allow those challenges to dictate your emotions, choices, or sense of self-worth. When you consistently direct your energy toward the things you can influence, your effort, your mindset, your responses, you create momentum. You become someone who is resilient, adaptable, and capable of navigating even the most turbulent situations. The focus on control extends beyond immediate actions to the patterns and routines that govern your life. Small, consistent choices like how you start your day, the habits you nurture, the people you surround yourself with, and the thoughts you allow to dominate your mind all fall within your control and collectively shape your experience of happiness. By intentionally choosing where to place your attention, you train yourself to rise above chaos, to maintain clarity amidst confusion, and to find opportunity within obstacles. Over time, this disciplined focus not only reduces unnecessary stress, but also strengthens your sense of autonomy, confidence, and purpose. You begin to understand that external events are temporary and often unpredictable. But your ability to manage your own mind, your focus, and your responses is a constant source of stability and empowerment. And it is through this lens that you discover a deeper, more enduring form of happiness. Happiness is not a one-time achievement. It is a skill that must be practiced and nurtured every single day. Just as an athlete trains their body or a musician hones their craft, emotional mastery requires consistent attention, intention, and effort. Committing to daily practices that support your well-being is not optional if you want to cultivate lasting joy. It is essential. This begins with awareness, noticing the thoughts, emotions, and patterns that dominate your mind and understanding how they influence your actions and overall sense of fulfillment. From there, it is about taking deliberate steps to shape your inner world, to choose responses that align with the life you want to lead, rather than reacting impulsively to circumstances that may be fleeting or outside your control. Simple but powerful practices such as expressing gratitude, visualizing your desired outcomes, affirming your strengths, engaging in mindful reflection can dramatically shift your emotional state and create momentum toward happiness. Over time, these practices train your brain to focus on positivity, resilience, and opportunity rather than negativity, scarcity, or fear. Consistency is the key because happiness, like any habit, strengthens with repetition and intention. Small daily rituals compound over weeks and months, creating a foundation of emotional stability that allows you to navigate life's inevitable challenges with grace and confidence. Committing to emotional mastery also means becoming proactive about your mental and physical well-being, understanding that your energy, mindset, and health are intertwined with your capacity for joy. The way you nourish your body, the thoughts you allow yourself to dwell on, and the company you keep all contribute to the environment in which happiness can flourish. This is not about striving for perfection or never experiencing negative emotions. It is about developing the tools, habits, and awareness to respond effectively when difficulties arise, to recover quickly from setbacks, and to maintain a sense of equilibrium even in turbulent times. It is about taking responsibility for your inner state and refusing to let circumstances, other people, or past experiences dictate how you feel or act. Those who master their emotions understand that happiness is a product of intentional daily choices, not random chance. They create routines that reinforce resilience, optimism, and self-belief. And through these consistent actions, they build an inner reservoir of strength and positivity that can sustain them through challenges, amplify their moments of success. By committing to the practice of emotional mastery each day, you gradually develop a life in which happiness becomes not just an occasional experience, but a reliable and enduring force that guides your decisions, relationships, and sense of purpose. Too often, people tie their happiness to perfection, believing that joy will only come when everything aligns flawlessly, when goals are achieved without struggle, or when life meets every expectation. This mindset sets an impossible standard, leaving you trapped in a cycle of disappointment and self-criticism. True fulfillment comes not from perfection, but from recognizing and celebrating progress, no matter how small. Each step forward, each effort made in the face of difficulty is a victory worth acknowledging. By shifting your focus from what remains undone to what has been accomplished, you cultivate a sense of momentum and self-worth that fuels further growth. Celebrating progress trains your mind to notice wins instead of failures, opportunities instead of obstacles, and lessons instead of regrets. It allows you to embrace the journey rather than constantly fixating on the destination, transforming the way you experience life itself. Gratitude and recognition become powerful tools in this process, reminding you that every effort matters, that every small improvement adds up, and that even incremental steps can lead to profound change over time. When you start appreciating the progress you've made, you also reinforce the behaviors and habits that create success, embedding them more deeply into your life. This approach reduces the pressure to be flawless, replacing it with encouragement and motivation to keep moving forward. It shifts your energy from frustration and comparison to empowerment and confidence, allowing you to remain resilient when setbacks occur, because you understand that growth is a process, not a single event. People who celebrate progress cultivate patience with themselves, recognizing that transformation takes time and that sustainable change is built step by step. They learn to honor effort, perseverance, and learning, understanding that these are the true indicators of personal evolution. By focusing on progress, you also inspire yourself and those around you, creating a positive feedback loop of motivation, achievement, and satisfaction. Each milestone, no matter how minor it may seem, becomes a reminder that you are capable, that you are growing, and that happiness is not a distant goal, but a series of moments and achievements that can be recognized and embraced along the way. This mindset encourages persistence, optimism, and a deep appreciation for life as it unfolds, teaching that fulfillment is found not in perfection, but in the courage to move forward, the willingness to try again, and the ability to recognize the significance of every step taken toward your goals. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe,